Hey, what's up, my uplifting life partners? This is ronsimplifiedmyers. We're on episode number 6 of the 12. It's the top 12 relationship problems according to experts. It was an article that was written by Mark Travers in Psychology Today, and I decided to take all 12 topics and give my personal perspective. Again, hopefully you've gotten the first 5. We're on number 6. Number 6 is bad sex. Woo! Okay, what is bad sex? All interpretation. Now, sex is something that we keep. I was just having this conversation with someone, and we were talking about love and that kind of stuff, because you hear all the time people say, when I make love, and I say, you ain't making love, you out having sex. And people don't like to hear that, because when you say it like that, it sounds, for some people, it sounds like you're saying it's dirty or something. And I'm like, no, it's sex. That's what it is. Love, first you would have to come up with understanding, again, my definition of love. My definition of love is accepting a person, place, and thing just the way it is. So if you accept them as they are, we got love taken care of. And then sex is sex. Because I said, think about it. Because some people, I said, intimacy is what people are interpreting love as. And I've used the analogy of the iceberg. 10% is above water, 90% is underwater. The 10% is what people, all of us, we show the world. We show the world 10% of who we are. We show just enough to make that relationship work. The 90% is the intimate stuff that the world doesn't get to see, that we only share portions of that 90% with different people. That's why the relationships are all different, because even the intimate relationships are different. Why? They get different parts of that 90% that's under the water. See, there's certain things under the 90% that I'm going to share with my mom that I won't share with my wife. There's things I'm going to share with my wife I won't share with my mom, that I'll share with my brother, et cetera, et cetera. You guys understand that we share with friends. So there's tragedies that take place that you'll have that particular intimate situation with the person that the world doesn't know about, and that creates an intimacy in that relationship. The challenge is we keep thinking intimacy equals love. And so, but anyway, so I wanted to get those clear first before we get into this bad sex thing, because sex is sex. That's the bottom line. And I always try to get people to understand is that the more sex partners you have, the tougher it is going to be later when you go to get married. Let me repeat that. The more sex partners that you have, the tougher it's going to be in your ultimate relationship of marriage. Why is that? Because you got too many people to compare them to. First off, that's the only way you would know if there was any bad sex. You guys follow me? You wouldn't know what bad sex is if you haven't been sleeping around. Bad sex is a comparison. You're comparing them to maybe the person that hung from the chandeliers, and you guys did wild stuff in a bathroom at somewhere, or you did it in public or whatever. Something that was real wild, crazy, and whatever, and our fantasy. And the other person doesn't do that. So therefore, you call it bad sex. Why? Because you have something to compare it to. Now, I know some people are like, well, you want to test the waters before you get in a relationship, you get married, to know what, what you're getting into. Like, if you are going to get married, you want to make sure that you guys match in the bedroom. Again, if you ain't out having sex, you guys are going to figure this out together in the room. I'm not here to tell y'all what to do. That's up to you. This is your sex life. I'm just giving you the facts that the more sex partners you have, the tougher it's going to be in your future relationship, because you got too many people to compare them to. That's also why some people's marriages get in trouble, because they find someone that they love everything about this person, except just what we're talking about. They'll say bad sex. Eventually, those situations, and not all the time, but partners will step outside the relationship. And a lot of times with the person who they had the great sex with, if they're still in touch with that person. Why? Because they start to feel this urge, this desire that their partner is not fulfilling. And this other person is the only person that's ever made them feel that way. And so they're going to try to take care of that particular feeling. So, bottom line, and it's up to you. I'm not here to tell y'all what to do with your life. Again, it's your journey. I love you. Like I said, love is accepting people just as they are. I accept you just as run your race. You wouldn't know anything about bad sex if you didn't have anything to compare it to. Because the only thing you would be able to do at that point is you and your partner figure out things together, communicating. When we talk about that space where we can communicate with each other, your partner's telling you what they like or what they want to try, and vice versa, and you guys are figuring this stuff out together. Hey, then because even with people that maybe have done it, that you've enjoyed sex with, don't mean y'all not gonna have quote unquote bad sex at times, because maybe they were tired and that particular night it wasn't good. That's the reason I said I don't get into this when people holler about they making love. I'm like, sometimes you're just having sex to satisfy your partner. Really? That's your idea of making love? You just, that's what they wanted to. Maybe your partner is only thinking about themselves, and we know that happens. They're only thinking about themselves. Is that your idea of making love? So for me, that's why I tell people sex is sex. Intimacy combined with sex, it's beautiful. Because remember, I said now we got intimate stuff. We got connection. And the sex makes it that much more beautiful. But trust me, you can have sex without any intimacy. People do it all the time. And that's what a lot of the where you hear this, where people talking about bad sex, or people doing it because they really don't want to do it. They're just doing it for their partner's sake. Folks, again, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, run your journey. Just remember what I said. The more sex partners you have, the tougher it's going to be later in your relationship. Especially, I've seen ladies that slept around. And guys too. So you guys know, like I said, everything I share goes both ways. And then they look at their partner and go, man, everything is beautiful except in the room. Right. Because you got too many comparisons. So if I can catch you before you get all those experiences, it's going to be a beautiful thing if you quit laying down with everybody. And again, I'm not here to tell people spiritually, religious. I'm not getting into that. That's on you. The best thing is if you can wait to marriage. That's always going to be the best thing because you can figure it out together. But we also know most people ain't going to listen to that. So the bottom line, if bad sex is the reason because remember, we're talking about the 12 reasons people don't have intimacy. Bad sex is number 6. This is saying if you have a safe place in that relationship, you guys should be able to correct that, whatever it is, whatever that bad stuff is, unless your interpretation of bad stuff is because they ain't willing to hang from chandeliers and do stuff in public and your partner is too reserved to do all that. And they like, whoa, you're a little bit too wild for me. Aside from that, most things you guys can, if you actually communicate, you guys can address the bad sex and make it good sex. And then if not, I don't know what to tell y'all if you out here, because if you've been doing all that other stuff, because you're going to have some challenges in your relationship. If you were one of the people that was pretty wild and your partner's not, it's going to make it tough. It's going to make it a challenge. Not that it can't be done, but you did put a huge obstacle inside of your relationship. And again, that's why it's number 6, because some people, from an intimate perspective, it destroys a relationship because of sex. Because some people will tell you without sex, I had a young lady tell me sex is like 80, what'd she say, like 83%. I don't know how she got that rounded off, but she's like, it's 83% of relationships. And I was like, and I told her, because she was young, I said, that's cool for you to feel that way because you're young. And I said, and you're not looking to be in a real relationship. I said, when you get serious about relationships, and if it's that high on the chart, you'll never, ever get married. And if you do, you won't stay married. Because eventually things happen. Life happens. And sex may not be there. You guys may not have it as often. And you may have those days of the bad sex or whatever. But the bottom line, what if something happens to your partner where they can't have sex? See, if you believe sex is 80% of the relationship, that relationship is done. You guys follow me? Because they could get illnesses that requires, they could get in accidents that require that they can't have sex. Bottom line, there's different reasons that it does happen in the real world. If it's that high on your list, your relationship, it's done. All right, but as you guys know, it ain't right, it ain't wrong. It is my opinion. Run on over to the Google Play, to the Apple Store, download my app. It's Simplified You, the word simplified, the letter U, not the word U, and it's two, and they are separated. Simplified You. It's a free app. Download it. I also included inside the app access to my book, The Relationship Success Handbook. Get rid of your problems, not your partner. It's a book that you could actually buy at Amazon, but I'm not trying to sell books. That's why I've included it inside the app, because I'm more concerned with you getting your personal life in order and your relationships. That's what's most important to me. So download the app, and I'll look to talk to you guys on episode number 7, as this is number 6 about bad sex. And I guess when I say if you're not having fun, you should be doing something else, I guess this one really plays into this one. Just make sure, again, the less you're out here doing it, folks, the better that your relationship has of making it through this quote unquote bad sex episode. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.